Welcome,
Uh,
welcome, welcome. Yeah, Tejaswini.
yeah, Gaurav, I've sent a text message in the WhatsApp. Can you just check it?
Yeah,
Uh,
just,
I just have a
just,
small concern. That's it.
okay. Yes, sure, 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 Tejaswini. Please take care. And yeah, I could not read the
Thank you.
time. Yeah, so yeah, no problem. So once again, welcome, welcome, welcome everyone, and welcome to another day of Be Agile Scrum training today. So once again, the very question I would be asking this to Archana, not to Tejaswini and Shakil, because they have given me a prior message. I don't want to, mention this, pull you down here in the speaking because of your physical condition right now. So, Archana, one core objective, one core intent, you are here in this training program
to get placed.
to get placed. Thank you so much, Archana, for sharing this. And I'll ask the same to Komal. Komal, why you are here in this training?
Asked to start my career.
You are here to, and what will happen after you will start your career?
I want to reach like somewhere. That's
Uh,
why
okay, where do you want to reach?
I want to do proper job and I
Okay.
want to reach like higher position.
Okay, you want to do proper job. That is the answer actually. That's the reason you started with guru schools training, and then you will be getting placed, right, Komal?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So the core intent we all of us have to get placed, and this is a kind of a goal for next 8 weeks. We will be here with the very intent we would be learning, right? Do you agree with this, Komal and Archana and everyone else?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes. So if there is a goal, there is a very easy chance and bright chance that we will get lost in case we get lose the track or touch of what is going on. Do you agree with this as well?
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, super. So what we should do so that we remain connected, so that we should remain focused and sure that so that we will every single day walk towards the goal and reach there. So the game is and the win is not into the touching the finishing line, but also the crossing finishing line. What does it mean? It means that once you get placed, you should stay there at least for 6 months so that you continue to feel the pro, that you are experienced, you are professional. Do you agree with this as well? Yeah,
Yes.
super.
yeah,
So how, what do we do to do that? We have something which we call it as a code of honor, and code of honor, it means this is going to be a solid line on which we are going to agree. This is going to be some agreement between you and your mind. Okay, that your mind has to follow come what may, that you are going to abide by this, or you are going to follow, that you are going to convey the similar message to your mind. Why mind? Because mind never wants to come out of this comfort zone, and comfort zone is where it survives. Okay, and when you do an agreement with this, okay, agreement will be the verbal agreement. Okay, when you do a verbal agreement and tell it come what may, for next 2 months you are going to follow it, and when it says yes, it is easy for the mind to follow it, and even it is in comfort zone, it allows you to come out of it and do all whatever it takes to win the game. And the game over here is to simply get placed, and that is the reason I am going to share some engineered code of honor which has been working over here since last 9 batches. You are here in the batch number 9, and this is the fourth chapter of Agile and Scrum we are looking at. So by any chance, Komal, did you go through the previous video? Did you find time to go through the previous video? I know today only you have joined, but just asking.
Yeah, hi. Actually, I try a lot to open that video, but I'm unable to open that video. Like it's continuously processing, but didn't open it didn't open.
Okay, so what you can do, you can download it first and then you can watch it. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay.
So for that you will have to connect it from your PC, not from the phone. That's what my
Oh,
request would be. Okay.
okay, I will do it tomorrow.
Yes, no problem. So in case you find that few normal languages or few keywords which you are not able to understand, you will only be able to understand once you follow the previous 3 recordings. The first recording was nothing, but it was generic introduction. So introduction, with that you also understood everyone that what is business analysis, what is Agile and Scrum, what these methodologies are. And in the second training, what happened, we went ahead and we learned about Agile principle, Agile core values. Okay. And in
Uh-huh.
the next session, what happened, the third one, the last one, in the last session you learned about Scrum values, Scrum principles, and everything else. Today we will be looking at more in details, that is about you know uh, further details of Scrum values and Scrum principle as well, and what manifesto says, because Agile comes with manifesto, right?
Oh,
So I'm going to share my screen. Please confirm once you will be able to see my screen. So here the screen comes. Can you see the 6 nodes on the screen, which is labeled as COH? I think everyone can see now.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
So these 6 notes are the same code of honor on which you are supposed to do an agreement with your mind. So I'm going to quickly run through, because last 2 lectures we have taken time to run it through. And once Komal, you will go through the first session and second session, you will have the clarity. Why you need to repeat that? Because in every session, it is always mandate to remind your mind about it. Okay, so this is a reminder not for only you but also for me and for our everyone's mind, because the behavior and characteristic of mind is same, and that's the very reason we are going to review it again. So the very first thing that we agreed to come over here in the live session, why we need to come over in the live session? When you have liberty to go through the recording, that's okay to go through the recording once in a while. When you are not able to manage showing up because of some physical or technical challenges, or some means a prior commitment as well. So what happens when you show up live? So you remain here on time, you practice to be punctual, and you remain highly committed by showing up live. Why you need to practice this? Because once you practice it, the same thing you can reiterate once you get placed and become the part of your Scrum ceremonies. Scrum ceremonies are various kind of meetings. We will be talking about it in our coming chapters. So, and there is another universal law associated with this, whether you believe it or not. This is what it happens. It says that this: how you do anything is how you do everything. You practice it, doing it every single day over here, every single time. Once Scrum ceremonies come, you are the one who also follow what Scrum ceremony says, that being on time and start on time, end on time. Okay, for any ceremonies that we are going to learn in coming days. The second one says that because you are starting your journey towards getting placed by becoming a student, by opting for instructor-led training. And when you undergo any training, you become a student, but you are requested to become a full stack student. What does it mean? Full stack student is the one who do all the assignments you are requested to do all the self research you are requested to do, and repeat what you learn. Whatever you have learned, that you need to do. Okay. So third, one says that taking the full responsibility of, when you follow this all, you're definitely going to succeed and you can take the responsibility of success. And once you don't follow, definitely you are going to fail, and you need to take the responsibility of that failure as well, because you did not follow certain rules, certain ground rules. That's the reason you are chasing failure. And to correct that, you just need to take the responsibility of it. When you take the responsibility of it, there are chances you are going to correct it. Whatever you did not follow, you are going to follow it, and again you track and attract the success. So this failure does not become just mere a failure, but it is going to become a trail for your upcoming success, that is towards getting placed and making money, till you are here on board with Guru Schools. That is number three. Fourth is what? Fourth is mindset. In this journey, there are many times, because of being late night, because your body is exhausted, because you have a lot of commitments, because you have to take care of family, because you have to take care of your son, daughters, family, and sometime commitment. If you are maker, you are also taking care of home. You have some responsibility inside kitchen, or you have to go to grocery store because it is evening. You will have to attend some social party and everything else. But for this next 8 weeks, you are requested to keep all these reasons aside, because the reasons are triggered to excuses, or it is triggered to the delays. So despite all these, I want you to not to complain and load yourself gratitude, because 8 weeks you should appreciate yourself, you have given for yourself. And despite all this happening, you are able to maintain your commitment. And that maintenance only may happen when you have a positive mindset, and that positive mindset only make a sustain when you have learning mindset. So follow this 4M of the mindset. Okay, so the fifth one says that, and that is very, very important on this journey, and keep this mindset, you need to increase your receptivity. And for increasing that receptivity, there comes an audio by one of the speaker named as Earl. He has spoken on a topic which is known as strangest secret. And he has given us a challenge for 30 days we must follow if we want to remain positive. And understand, when you listen it once and you cannot follow even for frequent 30 days, and wherever you break, you are requested to go through again. So this audio track was quite tampered. So what I did, I recorded it on my own voice and republish it for my students sake. Okay, for my students usage. So when I talk about my students, it does not mean that only people who follow Be Agile Scrum, because I come from the various background where I have worked as an IT professional for 18 plus years. And at the same time, I'm an author, and at the same time, I have been a coach, and still coaching. Total more than 8,000 people have got trained with me, and 116 people are the people who are still in this journey with me. So they listen to this stranger secret every single day. And that's the reason I request it to you as well, because they have got the result, then you too can have the result. I personally listen to it because it gives me result every single day. So kindly follow. In case you don't have this audio track, or you have not yet taken, start this, ask me after the session, and I'll share this track with you. This is quite mandatory for Be Agile Scrum to listen to this, because it also covers the mindset part. And why mindset is required, strong mindset in the agility, because agility itself is a mindset. All right, so you need to go agile, become agile thinker. And when you are agile thinker, mindset plays very critical role, soft skill plays another critical role. And thereby both the angles of a triangle helps you to make to get placed faster. Okay, so you might have heard the three basic requirement of agility in the demo session. So in case you have not attended demo session, I would request you to also attend the demo session, that is the recorded session on YouTube. So go ahead and do that and ask me, don't forget to ask me the audio track for strangers. Okay, and in this learning, we remember and start our learning with 4 quadrants of learning. What are those 4 golden quadrant? I would say are these. Whenever we start anything learning new, start with declaring it. Okay, when you declare what you are going to learn and what its result going to be, you need to anchor it. When you declare and anchor it, then get into the deep learning for next 30 minutes to 90 minutes. Okay, with a small gap of when you are doing a self learning, you can have a gap of 5 minutes or 2 minutes, and then continue learning. And after that learning, you are requested to draw or scribble it on a piece of paper, so that it strengthens your brain's dendrite connection. What is brain dendrite connection? These are the neurons network, brain cells network, through which the information gets passed again and again. And the more information continues to flow in those network, what happens, it improves and strengthens the memory. Okay, where it stays for longer period of time. But there are chances when it won't be used, it will get lost. And when to strengthen it, the basic idea is that quickly draw whatever you have learned. The drawing could be in the same fashion, as you see on the screen. That is a kind of a mind map you can create whenever you wish. And then once drawing is over, you are requested to summarize it in a minute or maximum 2-minute long video. Don't go more than that. And when you are summarizing what you have learned, summarize in a way that even 5-year older can understand. See, the things are, when even if you are learning something technical, it is quite easy to talk about all those technical terms and still do not simplify it, because it remains complicated, and complicated things may sound interesting, but it won't be useful until you found it simplified and make it more powerful for everyone's uses. And that's the reason we always emphasize make things simple and summarize it in that manner. Is it clear to everyone how we are going to learn together and get the learning and get it into our memory stronger and longer? Is it clear to everyone what is the process? What is the golden quadrant of learning? 4-step formula?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, got it.
super. Thank you so much for your answer. So if it is clear, so let's agree to start declaring, because we are getting into the deep learning right away, right now after this. Okay, so how we are going to declare with anchor? On the count of 3, I'm going to self clap. That is a kind of a high five, to giving self high five, and then repeat after me. Whatever you see on the screen is selected. Okay, so this is called as NLP technique. NLP is a neuro linguistic programming specially designed for your brain and your body. Okay, so that whatever you learn, that you can retain in your mind for longer. So on the count of 3, everyone gets ready to give a self high five and repeat after me what is selected over here that I am going to utter. So ready, 1, 2, 3, and clap. I am a quick learner.
I'm a quick.
What others can learn and master,
What others
What others can learn and master,
I too can do that.
I too
can do that.
And once again, a self high five and repeat after me the selected one. 1, 2, 3, and clap. Because I'm an awesome learner,
because I'm an awesome
Because
learner.
I'm an awesome learner,
today's learning is going to be super duper easy to me.
today's
Today's
learning
Today's
is
learning
going
is
to
going to
be
be super
super duper easy to me.
Thank you so much for declaring, everyone, because you said so. It is going to happen because already your brain is convinced to get focused. Okay, so remember, once what will happen once you retain every information, you will clear the interview. Once you will clear the interview, you will get placed, and when you get placed, you will start earning. And even if you start earning, your learning curve will continue to happen. Even on job, you will continue to learn. And when learning and earning is simultaneously going to happen in parallel, I would request you to give something. When you give your ego away, there is a possibility on the path of learning. You will continue to learn and make your heart bigger to, give away some money towards the society as well. That will keep you more spiritually grounded. And this intent of charity request, even the financial literacy request you that always give away 5% or 10% of what you earn. And what happens when you give away, you grow. When you give, you grow. And when you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure everyone over here, when it comes to financial growth, you want to continue to grow. You just don't want to mere survive, cut to cut. Agree? Everyone agree on this financial game? Yes, everyone wants to grow financially, right? So even I have been practicing, my students are practicing. Even I would request you to continue to practice, give away 5 to 10% towards the charity, to any temple, mosque, church, wherever you believe in, to feed hungry or to help any old age people on a continuous basis every single month. So there is a reason, as I said, that when you give, you grow. So with that intent, you continue to give, but let not this only become the reason to give. I want you to also, when you get into the habit of giving, also continue to give to inspire others so that even they can give. Okay. And in that way, we would be helping society in a bigger manner. And why you need to do this? Because while you are going to do this, appreciate what you are doing and also what others are doing for you. And even something doesn't happen to you, why you need to appreciate? There are two things. When something is not happening to you, must have the understanding that every single step you're taking towards your goal is preparing you towards getting a better future. So and why you need to appreciate all these things? Because what you appreciate appreciates you back. That's the another universal law. On this note, let's get in deeper into this game of learning. So learning has to be a game. That's what I believe in. So and that gives you more energy. So we try to make it more simpler and simplified. We have been talking about Scrum. Can someone tell me what you have understood by Scrum so far? Anyone? What is Scrum in Agile? So who can answer? Archana, would you like to answer? Or you would like to pass?
Just give me a moment.
Yeah, sure, Archana. So while Archana is coming and she is going to answer, let me reshare my screen and I'll ask anything else to Archana because Archana will anyway answer it. So Scrum is nothing, it's a framework. Okay, framework is a kind of a certain structure which gives us and which lets us follow so that we can achieve certain result. Okay, so Scrum is what? Scrum is a structure. Is it clear to you? Sorry, what's your name? Komal.
Yeah.
Scrum is what? It's a simple structure, but this is structure of a method. This is a structure of a what?
Method.
Yes. And here we are learning a method to create something. And this method is called as agile methodology. What it is called?
Agile methodology.
Yes, agile methodology is a method using that on basis of what we build software, we create software. Okay, and you understand as far as I believe in that what is software. You understand that, Komal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So any software are built on some ground. So or using some methods, some applications are built, some software are built. So one of the method we know as a waterfall model. In waterfall, what used to happen that we have covered in the previous section. So client used to give you requirement, then you used to note down those requirement as a vendor. And when the requirement gets noted down, then your developer used to come, he used to design. And when he used to design the look and feel, he also used to code it. And when he used to code it, then there used to be other set of people which were used to call as testers. They used to test it whether it is functioning or not. And when they used to pass it, yes, it is functioning well, then it used to go towards the deployment. Deployments means it used to get handed over to client to start using it in their environment. Okay, in whose environment? In client's environment. Is it clear so far? Yeah. And what used to happen? So answer is yes till now, Common. You're getting
Yeah.
me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Super. So then they used to get it deployed at their own location, client, and even for their end users location, sometime on cloud or sometime on web. What used to happen after this deployment? Then they used to get the support from vendors, and even if it is required, they used to call the vendors for the maintenance. So these used to happen in waterfall model. But what if customer wanted a change? Then he used to wait for the entire cycle to get over. So waterfall was not feasible. So there were around 17 software engineers. They had this concern, and from the end of 1990s they started into discussion. In 2000 they figured it out, there is a way to deliver these entire software in a step by step manner. Let's deliver it in a piece by piece manner, so that even if customer comes in, they don't need to wait longer. Okay, but we need to practice something, we need to follow certain things. We cannot incorporate every single thing when the fire is on and something is getting cooked. Okay, when something is in the process, we cannot incorporate inside until unless it is critical. Let someone decide it. But yes, after certain point of time we can incorporate it. And then that certain point of time started getting called as a word, sprint. What used to be the word?
Sprint.
Yeah, sprint means time and duration. Okay, so in IT sector, and the sprint, in every sprint can be minimum 1 week long or maximum 4 weeks long, not more than that. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sprint used to be called as a time duration. Scrum is a framework which also means that structure. Okay, and agile is the for any software nowadays is called as a ground. Okay, and business analysis are the pillar. Okay, who make sure that everything goes and every business gets analyzed well. And today we have learned so far till last time that even scrum means framework, comes with the structure comes with certain values. And values are courage, focus, commitment, respect, and openness. We have seen these in details. Let's once again understand this as over here. So I'm just flipping the slide for you to get it. So of this scrum framework, this structure for agile is the methodology on which software is getting built. Okay, using that software is getting built. That agile is the methodology that gives you the environment. Using that you can build some um, software. So benefits of scrum is that the quality of deliverable continues to increase. Okay, you cope better with the change. You can easily incorporate the change, but at the same time you can expect the changes as well, right? So changes are good when you are working as a agilist. Okay, as an agilist. And changes are good when you are working as business analyst. Why it is good? Because more changes, more cash. So cash changes are the reason for the cash for you, for the company, and for the organization, and for everyone else involved in it. Okay. Provide better estimates while spending less time creating them. So this is how it used to be. You don't need to, estimate the entire software at once. You need to start estimating smaller chunk or a smaller piece of a bigger software. So obviously you will be able to estimate easily and effectively. And of course, you won't take much time. You will spend lesser time to estimate that and build that. Do you agree with this? When you need to provide estimate for the smaller piece?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. And you be more in control of the project schedule and state. So there are chances that a project will not get out of your hand, out of your mind, and you start feeling overwhelmed. Oh my God, client had given we have only 2 weeks, and looks like we won't be able to complete it. Because we have only 2 weeks, we have only certain list which we need to prepare, and we need to build, and we need to test, and we need to deliver. So a smaller piece you can finish faster rather than the bigger piece. Do you agree on this? Yeah,
Yeah.
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 in a simple manner, right? So that's the reason the entire project remains under control. So let's see the benefits on the bigger level. So how it will be beneficial for customers. All right. So for customer, they become more responsive to your request. It might happen that when you are developing a bigger software for a bigger time, then customer may take time to respond to you, because he might also need to go through the various connections, okay, of various functionality, and think about it, and then come back to you to respond to you. Do you agree with this? This can be a bigger task for customer, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
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 So, and that's the reason the smaller task becomes easy for customer to immediately respond on them, because they know what are the smaller piece you are working upon. High value features. Okay. So for customer, benefit will be that they know the higher value of the features on which you are working. Okay. And for customer, it is delivered more quickly with short cycle are the sprint, which I have just now talked about. So they will get their delivery uh, again and again and again, every smaller piece. So to understand that, last time we had given you the smaller example of this curve. Okay. So this is a delivery incremental. The circle is getting finished by every single dots. Every single dots are nothing but a smaller chunk of the bigger circle. So customer can expect the every single dot, ultimately it is going to finish and make it a circle. Do you agree with this?
Yes.
Yeah, super. Thank you. So this is how customer is expecting your delivery as well. Then comes development teams. So for
Hey,
development
hi,
team,
Gaurav.
hi,
So
Prerna.
yeah, yeah.
So
So you want me to take this or you want to
no,
continue?
no, let me finish one more slide, and after that you can take it. Yeah.
Okay, please go ahead. Yeah.
So this is a development team, how it will be beneficial. So in the process, they enjoy the complete work, what they are supposed to deliver. And their work is also valued because the smaller chink is visible more bright. Okay. And it is used effectively because everyone's focus is there, even on the smaller part. It will never be ignored. Do you agree with this as well? Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone? Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. And then comes reduce non-productive work. The lesser the work, the redundancy go away, and their repetition will go away of the similar work, and thereby you will be more productive. Okay, so that's the reason it is called as reduce non-productive work. Okay, so this benefit happens for the development team. Now there is another pillar who is called as Scrum Master. Who is Scrum Master? Scrum Master is a team monitor. Okay. He is also well known as servant leader. As the name suggests, he is not just a servant, he is a leader, but he is so much passive, he is just not a boss. but still he's a boss. But he makes sure that every single person in this sprint, or in this teamlet, or in this agile team, everyone is protected. No one's time is getting wasted. Everyone is following the Scrum values, Scrum principle, and abide by Scrum manifesto. Do you understand it? Whatever I just now said, who is Scrum Master and what is his responsibility? And he's also known as servant leader. Did you get it, everyone?
Yes.
All right. So, what a Scrum Master does and how it is beneficial for him. The planning task level tracking in daily meeting goes easy for them. Okay. So they can plan more effectively, and they are highly aware of project state and status because they are tracking every damn single thing in the project. Okay, so that is why Scrum Master has to be top of the project, and in the particular sprint, and catching, addressing issues quickly becomes easier for them. Okay, for Scrum Master, they know that who is facing what problem. How they do know that? Where do they know that? How do they come across it? Of it, you will come to know in some coming days, very, very soon. In fact, maybe even today. So we will cover that. So let's move how it is beneficial for vendors. Vendors are those to whom you have handed over or delegated some tasks to do. Okay, and that task can be the another piece of work. So even vendor remains very focused, okay, and they believe in delivering the high value features, and their development remains really focused as well. Their efficiency increase, okay, and they make sure that their overhead and their overhead is also decreased, and there is a reduced wastage. When we talk about reduced wastage, what all the wastage can be? Wastage can be time, energy, money. Wastage can be the various lines of the code. Okay, the wastage can be continuous communication through email. So those kind of the wastage, so that gets reduced for vendor when they work in agile. All right, because agile gives you power to communicate in a face-to-face manner every single day. Then how it will be beneficial for product owner? Now, who is product owner? Product owner is one of the specific and central point of contact between the entire agile team and the project, and between entire stakeholders, and with the customer as well. So he understand entirely the project, the requirement entirely, and he is the one who can break down the bigger requirement into the smaller goals. In smaller what? Smaller what? Goals. Yes, goals that we all together as a team going to achieve and deliver. So product owner development works aligned with customer needs. Okay, he makes sure that development work is going to in line as he has promised or prioritized to deliver it to customer. Frequent opportunities to reprioritize their work. So every single after every 1 week or day, means after every sprint, he has ability to reprioritize his work, and he does a maximum delivery of the value because he has the control over the project. He schedules his gives the final estimate to the client, and thereby he is responsible for it. And how it will be beneficial for PMOs and C-level executive, because every single report prepared by your product owner or Scrum Master on the board, or through using any tool, remains highly visible for every single person, even in project management office. Okay, they have the benefits of adjusting the strategies based on hard information they are receiving through various reports and data. and they can plan effectively with less speculation. All right. And okay, I think everyone is able to see my screen, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Gaurav.
Yeah.
Super. So now, because you have understood how it is beneficial for Agile, and we will be getting into Agile Manifesto, everyone is requested, because I gave my intro as well while I was revising Code of Honor. I know few person cannot speak, so still what I'm going to do is this. I would be quickly asking Archana to introduce herself along with her background, because we have new joinee Komal. And Komal, you have heard my intro already. I won't be asking Shakil and Tejaswini because they have communicated they won't be able to speak. And yes, Archana, quickly if you can, so that we can welcome Komal as well. Archana.
Sure. So my name is Archana Govindarajan, and I completed my undergrad and postgrad in commerce back in India, and I moved to US with like after marriage in January 2021, and I also worked as a professor back in India for 2 years, and I have like zero IT experience. So I'm looking. I joined Guru schools to, get move with my career, my life.
Super,
Yeah.
Archana. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I hope you are able to understand so far all the IT things what we are sharing with you, right, Archana?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So Komal, over to you. So could you please quickly introduce about yourself, from where you're coming, who are you, and what is your background, please?
Yeah. So my name is Komal Jariwala, and I did Master of Commerce in India almost 12 years back. I came US before 9 years, but that time my daughter was small, so I have to take care of her. So I didn't get chance to do like any job or anything. But right now I'm working as an office assistant, and I don't have any IT experience, but I wanna try this and I wanna moving forward with IT field. That's why I joined Guru School.
Awesome, Komal. Welcome, welcome once again. And we are almost 15% done with today's training. And I will remind you to and request you to go through the previous recording. Three lecture happened that I asked you, requested you to go through that. I already shared about myself in the code of honor. And now I would request to your another code trainer, she's Prerna Kalekar, to introduce herself, and then she will take over from here and she will talk about other part of today's training. Prerna, over to you.
Thank you so much, Gaurav. A warm welcome to Komal and Archana. Thank you for your introduction. And you are at the right place at the right time. That's what I can just tell about this entire session. As Gaurav rightly mentioned, please do watch the earlier recordings. And in case you have any doubts, you need to have any further understanding, please reach out to us. We will explain that to you. Okay. So no worries about that. You are at the very beginning of this session, so you haven't missed much. And whatever we have already taught, we kind of keep revising when we teach the upcoming things. So don't worry about that. We will even revise those in between the lectures. Okay. So
Yeah.
to give my introduction, I'm Prerna Karlekar. I have more than 14 years of experience in IT. I started my career. I've completed my master's in computer application, MCA from Mumbai University, and I started my career as a into development, into .NET and SQL development, and then slowly, gradually, I moved from team lead to project manager, and currently I'm working as a PMO. That stands for Project Management Office, where I manage multiple large scale applications and projects. And I've worked with companies like Accenture, TCS subsidiary, L&T Infotech, Indian banks, and many international clients. So along with that, teaching is my hobby. I really enjoy teaching and being in active part of these kind of sessions. So that's why I'm here with all of you to ensure that you all get placed you all understand these terminologies, and we are in this journey together. So you have any doubts about the earlier session, or you want to ask something? You're very much free, or otherwise we can start with the next topic. Yeah, especially newcomers, Komal and Archana. I understand Shakil and Tejaswini can't talk, but they can very well message if they want to.
So for us today, only Komal is for first
Okay,
timer.
sir.
Archana
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
repeating.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, sorry. That was my bad. Yeah.
Uh,
Komal, you have any doubts, or are we good to go ahead?
Yeah, we are good to go ahead.
so yeah, Prerna,
You
you can
hear?
take it
Yeah,
from here.
thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So this is one of the, I would say, pillar, because these are the four points, four values. So I always call this as a pillar for understanding Agile. So Agile Manifesto has four values and 12 principles. Now, these four values are very important. And once you understand them, for you, Agile understanding is done, to be very honest. Okay. So please have proper attention. And if you have any doubts, if you feel like you need more, explanation, let me know. So, yeah, Komal, can you read out the first one, please? Yeah, rather read out all, and then I'll just get started with the explanation. Yeah.
Yeah, individuals and interactions over process and tools. Working software over comprehensive documentation. Computer collaboration over contract negotiation. Responding to change over following a plan.
Okay. Thank you, Komal.
You're
So,
welcome.
starting with the first one, yeah, individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Okay. So this is a very important manifesto, and this is a very important point wherein we highlight that people involved in the project, individuals means everybody involved in the project. That can be customers, internal team members, stakeholders, and their interaction and the communication with them it's very important than following any processes or any tools. So why this point is important is because in earlier methodology, the way Gaurav was explaining waterfall, and in earlier sessions, I have explained how waterfall used to work and why we shifted to this, agile. So in the initial era of the business, whatever contract negotiation, whatever rules, whatever process was mentioned, that used to be of highest authority. That means whatever happens, we have to follow the rules. Okay, this is quite a certain way in lot of government offices, or other things also. But what agile states is, whatever you're communicating with your team, with your customer, with the people involved, what is your interaction, what is the latest information that you're getting is always important than what was written earlier or what was mentioned in the process. So why this point is important is, in agile, the the environment and the requirement keeps changing. So, for example, imagine if you're working in some research and development kind of project, and then every day there is new finding, there are some inventions, there is some updates, so you have to keep changing that. So you can't just say, okay, no, I'll follow last month's process and their details because you gave me that and that is signed. No, this is the latest update, and we have to work accordingly. Okay. So do you understand the difference? Why it is so much like like for example, per se you're working for any advertising campaign, okay, and they wanted to go live in maybe summer season, but somehow they are late and now they are going out in a winter season, just for basic understanding. So your advertising will change as per seasons, right? You can't have a summer products advertisement in winter. I mean, it's a very very common, easy to understand example. Are we good? So that is why your latest information, latest interaction, latest discussions are important than the processes and tools. Okay. People who can't talk, you are most welcome to message or send thumbs up. So I understand we are good. And how about Komal and Archana? Are we good about this first point? Do you have any doubts? Please raise.
Yes. Hi, Prerna. I'm so sorry to interrupt. So this
Hi.
we did in day like last week, week one of day two. So are we going through this again or how?
Uh, to be very honest, we are kind of, but then if we are revising this topic, this is important, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
because even if you listen it twice, I think that's gonna be that get concretized in your mind, and then you don't have to revise it on your own mark.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So how about okay, so what are your thoughts about working on software over comprehensive documentation? When I say this, what do you mean? Yeah. So, okay, I guess I didn't hear any updates. So basically what it means is, in earlier methodology of software development life cycle, waterfall methods or spiral methods, or, other ways of development, we used to have a lot of documentation. Okay, documentation means, in my career, I have seen, like big theses, like notebooks or printouts or stuff like that, and a lot of heavy documentation. And now what Agile says is, working software over comprehensive documentation. That means, instead of wasting too much time in this in detailed documentation, we should focus on the creation or development of the software. Okay, so let me ask you one question. After reading this line, what do you feel, that is documentation important in Agile or not? This is a trick question. Okay, let me tell you. And this is a typical interview question. This is a typical exam question they ask in a written kind of objective exam also. In, just in case you're doing BMP and stuff like that. So yeah, this question is open to all. The question
Uh,
is documentation important in Agile?
yeah,
Yes, no.
yeah,
Yes.
it's not as important as providing the working software. That's what like you mentioned in the early
Wow,
class.
Tejaswini, are you revising or something? I mean, you just hit on the head. You just, I'm so glad to listen to this. Yes. What about others? Archana, Komal?
Yes, Tejashwini. Like Tejashwini said, so
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be that important, like in detailed stuff,
Yes.
but
Yes.
it does need a documentation, but not an in detailed stuff.
Now that is the right answer. So Shakil and Komal, this is for you also. Many a times they ask this trick question in interview where they say that, as per the Agile manifesto, documentation is not important in Agile. So you have to say, no, this is not the case. As per Agile manifesto, comprehensive documentation is not giving much importance, but basic proper documentation is always appreciated, or is always required. Okay. So what they state is, instead of writing too much and unnecessary, because that used to be the way earlier, writing down in each every teeny tiny detail, you better, as a team, we better focus on developing the software and then ultimately delivering that to the customer. Okay, are we good?
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Priya.
Thank you. Thank you. These are very important point, guys. So you have any doubts, Shakil, you are very much welcome to write down your queries if you have any, or if you need any further
Prerna, for
explanation.
your information, Shakil, when joined, he said he was driving. I'm not sure whether he reached it or not,
Okay.
but yeah,
Okay,
that's for
fine,
you.
fine. Yeah, thanks for the info. Yeah. So better you concentrate on the driving. If you have any doubts, you can reach out to us later also. Okay. Yeah. Can I think now you guys are in the zone. So can anyone elaborate or explain what they feel, what it means to have customer collaboration or contract negotiation? Yes. What does this sentence mean to you? See, I really want you to think. That's why I'm just asking these questions. Anyone? Komal, Archana, Tejaswari, nothing? No? Everybody's on mute? It is simple. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So it doesn't ring any bells? No?
So the like the vendor and the person who's doing, so they can negotiate between when they are going to submit or when they are going to finish the project or something like that.
Yes. So basically,
Okay, you have
yeah,
explained about this
basically this
also.
means, yeah, that
Yes.
it's actually kind of linked to the first point, if you have to see. That's why I was asking for the explanation. It means that whatever you're discussing, or you're kind of in tune with the customer requirements, okay, that is important than what is mentioned in the contract. So that as I explained earlier, contracts are made in the beginning of the project, okay. Like if you have a project of 2 years, you'll have a contract at the beginning of the year for this project, okay. So that contract can be kept aside if there is any change in the customer requirements, okay. So you have to focus on the latest changes or latest customer requirements. Then see, you can't go to the customer and say, no, this is not mentioned in the contract and we can't work on it, right? That is absolutely not practical. So and especially in agile environment where everything is so dynamic and so I would say everything is so uh, fastly changing, if I have to use the correct word, okay. So that is the reason we don't have to go back to them and say this was not mentioned in the contract, because it can be a new development, it can be a new ask. So we have to focus on what the customer wants. That's why the word is customer collaboration, okay. This is a very beautiful and nice, rather very important word to use. That when you collaborate with customer, that means you know what the customer wants and you agree to it, okay. What does collaboration mean? Collaboration means you are doing something together with some other party or other customer, right? Everybody understands the word collaboration, okay?
Yes.
Yes, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's why it is not mentioned customer needs, customer wants, customer requirements. It is mentioned customer collaboration. So you collab with the customer, you understand and you agree. Okay. See, these small pointers are very important, because this is how your overall understanding of agile would be built. And this is how you should understand. So everywhere it's always about the collaboration, it's always about the consent of both the parties, okay. Because you as a company, you as a organization, you are here to make profits, and the customer is here to get the desired result, okay. So customer collaboration, are we good about this point? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So the next is responding to change over following a plan. Now, if you ask me, this is also related to the earlier point. Okay.
Yes.
What it states is you have to respond as per the latest change. Like the earlier example that I gave is, if a customer wanted to go make a ad or create an application during summer season with summer products, and now for whatever reason, if they have delayed and they are going live, or they are kind of entering market into winter, then your product or your advertisement or your development would change accordingly, right? So that's what they are saying, responding to a change over following a plan. Now I'll give you a very real life and practical example. Many a times what happens in from customer side, and this is really I mean, this has happened with me, I would personally experience this. So what happens, many a times you're working with the customer and client team and all, and some people, or the one point of contact with which whom you were discussing and all, they resign, or they leave the company, or they change the department, or whatever reasons, they are not approachable, okay. So how do you go about it? So when a person changes, the understanding of the overall concept also changes. So, for example, if per se Archana or Tejaswini was there, and they wanted to build some application, and they were like, okay, we want to have maybe a blue color theme, and we want to have this many buttons, and we want to ask the customer for these details, or like that, if they want to have any particular software. But then imagine if tomorrow Shakil and Komal comes in the place of these two, some understanding they got promoted and they get to some other department, other team, or they are not involved in the project, then their thought process can be different. They can say, oh, we want to go ahead with the yellow color theme, and see, I'm giving very basic example of colors and buttons and look and feel, so you can visualize that. Okay, it doesn't happen like this only. It can be like functionality change or timelines change. So so in short, people, environment, requirements keep changing. So that is why we have to respond to change. Now, this is a very beautiful word. We have to respond to whatever change we are facing, than to have a plan. We can't see, we never go to client and say, see, you mentioned this 2 months back, or you had this contract or this plan 5 months back, and now you're changing. See, now these changes are also subject to some terms and conditions. Like, if any change that customer is giving that results in too much of cost increase, if the change requires too much of time to be developed, if a change requires you to have some additional resources, in all these scenarios, you have to kind of, ensure that you reach out to the scrum master, you reach out as a scrum team member, you reach out to the scrum master, you reach out to the I would say product owner, you discuss along with them. In case if the cost is very high, you as a team, you discuss that with the senior management, and then everything is, if they okay it, then only you go ahead. So this is for exceptional case, when the cost and the timing and everything is affecting on a large scale. For some smaller changes, if you can accommodate that in your timelines, you are definitely definitely good to go. And then you share that as a brownie points, that means as a freebies to the customer, that that is done for the bond creation. Like, the customer is also happy that you're providing them for something, some additional thing, without charging much, so they are also happy, they are comfortable with you to work for further. Okay, so do you see how all these points are interlinked? Yes.
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 Any doubts in these points?
No, Prerna.
Yes, thank you so much. So, Gaurav, if you wish to add something, you can add, or otherwise we can go ahead, please.
Yeah, I just flipped on the next slide.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, agile principles. Can three of you read one by one? And yeah, whosoever can read, please read out, because these principles are more or less similar to what the manifesto is, and kind of explained in detail. Yeah, please go ahead.
Customer satisfaction through early and continuous software delivery. Customers are happier when they receive working software at regular intervals rather than waiting extended periods of time between releases.
Okay, next point.
Accommodate changing requirements throughout the development process. The ability to avoid delays when a requirement or feature request changes.
Okay, next. Next point. Only two of you speaking. Okay, just repeat again. Yeah, you can read out. Others have some issues today. Not a problem.
Frequent delivery of working software. Scrum accommodates this principle since the team operates in software sprints or iterations that ensure regular delivery of working software.
Right. This is very important. Yeah. Next point.
Collaboration between the business stakeholders and developers throughout the project. Better decisions are made when the business and technical team are aligned.
Now, this is a very, very important and practical point, because this is, I would say, scenario in any company. So yes, first is customer satisfaction through early and continuous software delivery. Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Prem.
Yeah. So what does this mean is then what this principle states is instead of waiting or making the customer wait for a very long time between the releases, or like, see, earlier what used to happen in waterfall method, the comparative example would be better so you can correlate why this is so important in agile. In earlier time, what used to happen, that everything was very linear. Okay, last session we have explained this in detail, so I'll recommend you to watch that session. So requirement gathering phase used to take per se 2 months, and then design phase used to take around 1 month. Then development phase used to take around 4 months. So everything was linear, one after the another, and it used to take a lot of time. So by the time the customer used to get the delivery or get the product or application, it used to be maybe more than 6 months or years, depending on the project and depending on their complexity or requirements. But now in agile, what we recommend or what we insist that we have to keep delivering the customer on continuous basis instead of making them wait for a long period of time. Because see, now everything is very dynamic, very fast, and very competitive also. So what the customer asks, we work on it, we develop, and we deliver to them. We show them that, okay, this is what we have developed as per your requirement. So if they okay it, we are good, we can go to the next development module. If they say no, we want to have some more details, we want to have some more I would say features, or okay, make some changes, then we work on that. So basically we focus more on the what the customer satisfaction you know uh, will get from a delivery, and it has to be through continuous development. So they ask you something, we understand as a team, business analyst talks with developers, and when we deliver that, we showcase or we review that to the customer, and we give it to them. So you see, it's like a cycle. It's like okay, for a easier example, it's how it is when we have any big party at home, or when we have too many people to come. Then how we do, we make something and we ask our a partner or anybody at the home, a sibling or your case, to taste that, and you're like, okay, is it good? So it's not a full-fledged presentation, but you ensure that everything is good, everything is as per taste, and the person who is testing it is satisfied, and we go ahead. So you see the difference. So that's why you believe in continuous delivery, and you have to give continuous delivery. So you understand this point. It's very important. These are the principles of agile, and overall, agile is kind of built on this. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. So next point is accommodate changing requirement throughout the development process. So this we have also learned in the Agile Manifesto, that as a team we cannot not as in we cannot, we have to emphasize more on what the customer requirements are. Okay, it's basically we have to cater or accommodate. See, the word is, try to see, they have used such intelligent words. So accommodate means we have to manage what the customer is asking. We have to include what their demands are as per the throughout the development process. So some of the simple functions would be earlier websites were very simple. If you have to just for understanding purpose, if you have to think Amazon.com or Amazon as a website, they started with only books. Okay, and then they have very few products, and the payment methods were very simple. They were only assuming accepting I would say online payments in the form of a bank transfer. Okay, now if you see, there are so many methods, there are UPIs, there are some other payment gateways integration, and there is cash on delivery, there is lazy pay that you can buy now and pay later, and a variety of options. So that is what is accommodating change. So earlier the things were very simple, but now the customer is asking for additional things, and then as per the agile, if they are doable, they are practical, they are feasible, they are within the scope. Within the scope is very important. Then you have to definitely accommodate the things. Okay. So are we good on this point? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is all relatable and practical points. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's nothing that is out of the world or out of the box that is not practical. So yes, I'm happy you're understanding. If you have any doubts or you feel you need more explanation, please do ask. Okay. Now this is also similar to what we learned first, the third point: frequent delivery of working software. See, Scrum accommodates these principles since the team operates in software sprints or iterations that ensures regular delivery of working software. So what it states is, and what we learned in the first point, frequent delivery of working software. So in waterfall method is just to be, the actual delivery used to be at the end of the project execution. That can be 1 year, years, or many months. So it was not a very dynamic way or practical or fast way of delivering to the customer. So here what we believe is, as we work on sprint, as Gaurav was mentioning, a sprint is a duration of time. It can be from 1 week till 4 weeks, depending on your contract or your consent from both the parties. So typically it is of 2 weeks. It's I'm saying typical, it need not be only 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks you have to deliver some application feature. Okay, it can be anything. It can be as small as theme change, color change, look and feel change, placing of the buttons and links and pictures and everything that can be changed. That is, we say look and feel change. Then to have any functionality change, like, if you have amazon.com. See, I always prefer to give examples which are known to everybody. So you generally see Facebook, Amazon, or Google kind of websites on in a very good frequency, a lot, so you can visualize that. So earlier per se, Amazon was only selling books. Then they got into, say, clothing line. But then now they got into, now they are into everything. I'm just giving an example. So then they got into, say, toys section. So all this is like additional module. If you have to think from development point of view, from software development point of view, these are all small modules: clothing, toys, medicines, utensils, or anything. So all these things are additional. So imagine if they were working in sprint, so they were delivering this in every sprint. So it was a continuous or delivery of working software, frequent delivery of working software. Okay. Yes. Fine to go
Yes.
ahead. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The last is a collaboration between the business stakeholder and the developers throughout the project. Now, this is a very important point, and again, the word is collaboration. Okay, this and business stakeholders. Now, anybody can say what is a stakeholder?
I mean, I think the last session you said anybody is involved
Yes,
with the
yes,
process is a stakeholder.
yes. Thank you so much, Shakil. Anybody who has an interest, who is actively involved in the project or process, or rather a project or this entire delivery, is a stakeholder. I think Shakil is back. So yeah, it's good to hear your response. So yes, guys, a stakeholder is a very simple and important English word, and it really means what it says. Anybody who has a stake, who has an interest in your project is a stakeholders. It can be your team, it can be senior management, it can be any third party vendors or other company members working for your project. Sometimes you hire some other softwares, and there are people from that company to work on that software and stuff like that. So everybody involved in this project, who is interested in this project, whose interest lies in this project, it can be in the form of profits or delivery, anything. So all these people have to be in collaboration with the developers or development team. Why this is very important is, see, ultimately, busy as a team, business analyst or maybe scrum master or maybe some other people can talk to the customer and get the requirements, so everything is fine, right? It's like you go to a restaurant and you give order to the waiter. Okay, that's fine, your waiter will take your order, take your customization and whatnot. But then ultimately is the chef who cooks the dish, right? Everybody agrees, chefs or sous chefs or their other cooks, right? Yes,
Yes.
no? No
Yes.
doubt in
Yes.
this?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So in the similar fashion, the business analysts, the other seniors, the other BAs, other subject matter experts, they all are there to take the requirement, to understand the requirement. But ultimately, the development team, right? Development team is the one, or are these people who are going to work on your project. So every stakeholder has to be in touch and in connection with them, and they have to be on the same page. Their understanding has to be the same. Okay. Okay, are we good?
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
Preet.
Thank
Yes.
you so much. Thank you for your responses. Gaurav, you wish to add something here, or we can go to the next slide, please?
Yeah, let's move to next. You want me to take?
Yeah, can you take this? I'll just
Yes.
some water.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So understand these are few more principles. So there are total 12. How many?
12.
Yes. So there are total 12 agile principles, and we have looked at already four, eight to go. So the first you see here on the screen as a bullet: support, trust, and motivate the people involved. That is the fifth one. Why? Motivated teams are more likely to be delivered their best work than unhappy teams. So you may call it happiness is productivity today. And enable face-to-face interaction instead of getting into the more into emails and chats. Communicate with the on face with the co-located team as well. Okay, and it is more successful. So third one is working software is the primary measure of progress, and you are finding everyone is emphasizing on working software. You might have known so far what is the importance of it. So delivering, you cannot just hand over empty box of the cake on birthday, right? So every single day is every single day is a celebration. Various ceremonies happens, and you are at the end delivering a software which has to be worked, right? Which has to work at the client's location. So focus on that. So that says the agile principle. Delivering functional software to the customer is the ultimate factor that measures progress. Okay. And then comes the eighth one: agile processes to support a consistent development pace. How it happens? Of course, through the sprint. So teams establish a repeatable and maintainable is the keyword. So what is the keyword I said? I'm audible, right? Like, I think I'll have to test.
Repeatable and maintainable.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. So yes, repeatable and maintainable speed at which they can deliver working software, and they repeat it with each release. So that's the means eighth one. And then comes further, um, ninth one: attention to technical detail and design enhances agility. So again, we need to have attention. How do we do that? We have something called as when we will be breaking the software into smaller pieces, that time we can have more attention. So the right skills and good design ensures the team can maintain the pace constantly, improve the product, and sustain the change thereby. Okay, so that's the this um, ninth one is very important. Again, the simplicity, I keep on talking about it. Develop just enough to get the job done for right now. Okay, you don't have to just add bells and whistles, what you are delivering, because that might customer not require. But yeah, in case you think that few feature and functionality is really required, you can definitely pitch as a business analyst. Okay. And what it may bring, that may bring change. What that may bring, what may that bring?
Change.
Change.
Yes, and change is the way to more money to your project, to your organization, and to you as well. The 11th one says that, that is the second last principle of the Agile. Self-organizing teams encourage great architectures, requirements, and designs. So skilled and motivated team members who have decision-making power take ownership, communicate regularly with other team members, and share ideas that deliver quality products. Okay, so we will be looking at self-organizing team more in details very soon, and regular reflection on how to become more effective. uh, it, it is the 12th principle. So self-improvement, process improvement, advancing skills and techniques help team members work more efficiently. So efficient working is the key over here, which has to be aligned with 12th principle of the Agile. So what is the word? Efficiency. What is the word, everyone?
Efficiency.
Yeah, efficiency. So
Efficiency.
yes, so thereby we need to understand the various scrum rules along with the principle, along with these principles. So we need to understand this in a way that how we have heard few names already when we started with the benefits, right? So how many rows do you see on the screen? Can you see? Okay,
Yeah.
wait a second. Let me reshare my screen. Can you see some rows on the screen, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
And how
Yes.
many? How many are there?
3.
Okay, these are three, and it is taken over by whom? The fourth role, and the fourth role is of product owner.
Product.
Product owner.
Okay, so actually, the entirely it is called. It is not fourth one. It is the third one only. The fourth dimension. Together, it is called as a Scrum term. Scrum team. Okay, it comprises of the development team, Scrum master, and product owner. The moment we talk about Scrum development team does not only consist of development team. It also consists of business analysts, testers, developers, any architect if required, and the other DevOps team. Together, it forms a development team. And when product owner and Scrum Master joins them, then together it becomes and called as Scrum team. So are you clear with the Scrum team and development team? Who we call development team as and Scrum team as?
Yes.
Okay, super. Thank you. So
So,
let's,
Gaurav,
yes, Shakil.
can I ask a question?
Yeah, why not? Sure.
When we talk about the product owner,
Mhm.
is it something who is assigned the project to the Scrum team, or it could be a head of the department or director of the department who's overseeing the project? How we
Okay.
differentiate product owner?
Okay. Have you heard the term project manager?
Yes, I did.
Okay, super. So what used to happen earlier, earlier when IT team used to work on project basis, and even in agile model, all the time we used to have project manager. Understand product owner as the similar designation, but not exactly the project manager. He knows how to manage the project, but he is not a project manager. Okay, product owner is the one who owns the complete delivery of the product. Okay, so product is a will be one small piece of a bigger project, and because what he is doing or she is doing, he is productizing a project. He is productizing. Why he is productizing? Because he is supposed to deliver it in a small pieces. Okay, so small pieces of a bigger project that becomes the product in itself. Okay, so it comes with the various responsibility. The very first responsibility is that he is the Spock. He is the specific. He is the person. He is the point of contact for the customer and all the vendors and the entire project. Okay, he is the person who uh, breaks the bigger requirement into the smaller goal. Okay, so far are you clear with the basic responsibility of product owner, why he is called as product owner? Shakir?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes,
we
I
will
can.
be also getting into more details of his roles and responsibility so that it will be more clearer to you. Is that fine?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay,
that's fine.
okay, thank you. Now, because here we can read also, manages the product backlog, optimizes value of the product. Okay, what is this all about? We will be looking at it as well. Let's go gradually and in a simple way, in a step-by-step manner. Then comes Scrum Master. I have explained about it. And he manages the Scrum processes and remove all the impediments and any bottleneck. Okay, development team manages itself, creates done increments. So whatever is done is called as increment as well. All right, let's look at this picture. Okay, so here you see there are three people. One is in the gray. Can you see that?
Ye-
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So three important people are product owner, Scrum Master, and Scrum team. Okay, we just now called them as a development team as well. So let's understand this guy, Scrum Master. So his roles: Scrum Master removes all impediments and hindrance to achieve the project goal. Okay, and even the personal goal in the project. So personal goal in the project, of course, project related. He or she enforces to organize Scrum ceremonies and processes. All right. So what all the Scrum ceremonies, we will be looking at that. And Scrum Master is the one who is to commit to goals and deadlines on behalf of the team. Okay, so he is the one who always commit that. Let's understand the Scrum team now. So what does Scrum team mean? So Scrum team and their roles says that it does all that lead them towards the sprint goal. Sprint, you have understood that the small duration, time duration goal. So Scrum team work with the Scrum Master closely to prioritize the item from the product backlog in the sprint planning. Now, what is product backlog? Product backlog is the broken part of the project. Okay, broken requirement of a bigger project. Sprint planning, where these broken parts are getting prioritized in a meeting. Clear with this? Yes, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Product backlog is the broken requirement of the bigger project, and sprint planning where you meet together to prioritize this broken requirement. Okay, and assign them to your team. So Scrum Master, so Scrum team works with the Scrum Master to work on this broken item. So not Scrum team and not Scrum Master organizes them. It is self-organized. So all those broken item has to be organized. Okay, who will take what, who will not take what, who will be working on it. So what is happening over here? Everyone is organizing on those broken requirement. Who is doing that? It's Scrum team. Who will do that?
Scrum team.
Exactly. Thank you. And Scrum team needs to attend every stand-up and other ceremonies. So what does stand-up mean? Stand-up means everyone comes every single day at a fixed time for 10 to 15 minutes and talk about what they did last in a last date, next date, and any bottleneck. Clear? Last date, next date, and bottleneck. Last date is last 8 hours. Next 8 hours. Bottleneck means any impediments they are experiencing, any bottleneck they are experiencing to move ahead in the project. Clear? Clear,
Yes.
everyone? Yeah.
Yes.
Now, understand this. They have to, the Scrum team has to participate in all the meetings despite their nature, and have to ensure that all the findings of the meetings are getting practically addressed in the project. Okay. So attending meeting by the Scrum team is necessary. Let's move now product owner. Can we move to product owner and understand their role more?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think it will be useful for Shakila as well. So product owner conveys the vision of stakeholders to the team. So his product owner, who or she is the product owner who is responsible to talk about the vision of stakeholders to the team. Team should aware, because of product owner, that who is going to do what. All right. And he's the one who can rework on the scope and alter the scope. Why he can do that? Because he has the authority and he is directly in touch with customer and all the vendors. Clear this one as well, everyone? Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Product owner is the one who is responsible for the return on investment. That is why they occupy an authoritative position in the firm. And yes, return on investment is the key, and that's the reason everyone is focusing on the benefit, everyone's benefit, and bring the project into benefit against and with respect to return on investment. um, is the responsibility of product owner. So he has to take care of this part as well, because budgeting and controlling will be taken care by product owner as well, with the consultation of PMO. PMO is the project management office. Why budgeting and controlling and scheduling? Because product owner is the person who identifies the team member. Are we good with this? Who knows that who is going to work from the start of the project, who will be the part of this team member. Do you understand this, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you for your response. So now product owner, he is not only with the team but also communicates with the stakeholders about the progress and problems. Of course, problem also has to be conveyed, and along with the solution or the corrective actions taken already, or risk they are sensing, what is the mitigation plan they have. Okay, so these all are the responsibility of product owner, Scrum master, and Scrum team. Okay, are we good with this, everyone? Shakil, Archana,
Yes.
and
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, we are.
Omar, thank you. Let's understand the gray person. The gray person is no one but the stakeholder. So if you'll understand stakeholder has to keep a healthy relationship with the product owner in order to share every details regarding his project. Okay. So yes, stakeholder is the everyone involved. So product owner is the central point of contact. So with him, of course, the healthy relationship has to be there, and every details has to come to product owner through all the stakeholders. Okay, the stakeholder is responsible for conveying his wishes and concern to the product owner, or else the product owner would not be responsible for his project quality and time duration. So in case any concern is there, any new expectation is there, or any new information is there, instruction is there, you must pass to product owner periodically. Okay, so that only you can expect it to be incorporated already. Do you understand who is responsible for conveying this? So these, and to whom? So stakeholders to product owner. Clear?
Yes. Yes.
And the third one says that the stakeholder has to provide a regular input to queries from the product owner. So as a product owner, say for example, you are working as a business owner, a business analyst, and your team has come up with to you with certain question, and even you are unclear about those answer, it is you may pass those question to the product owner in case he might be having immediate meeting, or in case you don't have access directly to the customers. So it is customer who is going to immediately respond to it. If they forget it, if they ignore it, who will be responsible? Will the product owner be responsible, or that stakeholder? Who will be responsible? That's the question.
Stakeholder.
Stakeholder, of
Stakeholder.
course. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your answer. So it's only the stakeholder. Product owner won't be taking the responsibility, but only he will take the responsibility. Sometime he may remind you, or she may remind you. So stakeholders have more responsibility as well. So prioritizing the work effectively with the product owner is another job that the stakeholder has to do to ensure the project is ongoing, or ensure his project development. Keep taking updates or keep giving updates regarding any change in the plans is the responsibility further for the stakeholder. Are we good with stakeholder? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes, thank you. We have seen so far responsibility as well, principle and values as well. Quickly, I'll run you through to this one, and then we will take a pause. So here is the Scrum event. So what you see, can you see that there are the pieces? Can you see on the leftmost side where my mouse is hovering? There are smaller bricks kind of a stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I'm talking about bricks, what I do, bricks are nothing but a building blocks, and building blocks are nothing but they are also called as product backlog item. We'll be talking about it more in detail. Product backlog items are nothing. These building blocks are nothing, but these are the building. Building means what? These are the bigger projects. Okay, bigger projects are made up of what? Bricks, right? Aren't they? They are made up of the bricks initially. The foundation, everything is bricks are involved inside. For even a tower, bricks are there. They contribute. Do you agree with this or not?
Yes.
Yeah, everyone. There are more material to it. More raw materials are there, but bricks are there. Brick has to be there. Do you agree, everyone? Means uh, sorry, I forget. Archana and Komal and Shakil. Do you
Yes.
agree? All of you are with me on this, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what product owner does, because he knows now, here is the smartness when it comes to Agile. He will name all the bricks. Which brick will be used where? Okay. And what it does, he meets at the start of the construction of a building, and that is going to be one building in a society, or one bigger project, and say for example he's going to build a building E in a bigger society, its name ABC. Okay, where three towers are made to be raised. um, three buildings are going to be raised. So what he does, he picks three items or four items from all the building blocks bricks, and he says that using these four bricks or five bricks, we are going to build a tower A within 2 weeks. Are we good with this so far? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now he brings all the supervisors together and says that, hey, everyone, let's focus on building tower A today in 2 weeks. And we have these many bricks you are going to use. Okay. Now tell me who is going to take the responsibility of which brick. Everyone tells it's me. And along with that, they have various raw material. So BA chooses that I'll take the responsibility of adding the raw material, giving the instruction, I'll create a blueprint and everything. The coder and designer will say that the actual, the person, worker will say, I will start, putting those designs and coding stuff for this building. The architect would say, I will apply all the interfaces like cement and all over here. So everyone has taken their own responsibility, and then sprint planning will get over. Okay. Once the sprint planning will get over on day one of the commencement of this creation of building A for next 2 weeks. Here it is saying that 1 to 4 weeks. So we'll consider for now 2 weeks only. So what is happening? Every single day, all of you will again meet and you will say that, hey, we have built the tower for by 2 inch this today. Okay. We have followed the blueprint for this. So BA will say, because the blueprint was clear and given for these to fit to the, constructors, which we call it as the developer as well, creator as well. So it has been given to them and they will say, we have followed that. Okay. But we have certain query. The angle will be coming in this. Is it okay to the blueprint or not? Team will agree on this. Okay. But again, here you are not going to get into more Q&A mode. So Q&A will be taken care later, but there will be a common supervisor. He is called as a scrum master. He would say that and see that everything works smoothly and function well. Okay. So here you will just talk about what did you do in last 8 hours? What did you do in what you are planning to do in next 8 hours? Are you facing any challenges and difficulty in achieving today's work? Okay. So you will just say that every single day for up to 2 weeks. So what happens after 2 weeks? You will bring the client on the site and you will see, we have built tower A today. Are you satisfied with it? So he says, for now it's okay. Can you do one thing? You start your next sprint, that is the next building tower B, and all the raw material have been given to you. Kindly start working for sprint 2, that is the building B, but also make sure there are few patches required in building A, or I have requested some addition, and I think you can do it while building tower B. So kindly take care of that as well. You agree to do that, and then everything is done with sprint 1, because sprint 1 as is has been handed over, means tower A has been handed over to the customer. While customer is started using it, he is expecting, while building 2 is getting raised, sprint 2 is getting over, smaller pieces in the sprint 1 in the tower A will be taken care while the work of sprint 2 is going on. And when, because sprint 1 got over and you have transitioning into sprint 2, before that you meet with all the persons involved and you will say, while working or finishing building E, did you learn something? Can we utilize those learning into a new building, that is new upcoming sprint 2? You all say yes. So what did go well, what did not go well, and everything you are documenting and learning out of it, and those learning you are going to use it. So this will be called as a sprint retrospective, the last meeting of a scrum event. Are we good with this? We will be getting into detail of it next time. Okay. But so far, are you good with this example? Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah.
Can we have this word somewhat if you are clear? Because I think I have contributed somewhat. That's the reason. Yeah.
I'll recommend that all of you should take a picture of this, because it's a very important, event and a typical interview question type. So take a picture if you can of this slide. It's very handy to have it in your mobile, so you keep looking at it and you can, explain that to yourself while looking at the picture, so your understanding will get more clear.
Yeah. So I was just keeping the time watch as well. So that's the reason I quickly just run you through with this all Scrum event. However, we will be getting into the detail of it very, very soon. And on this note, I just wanted to ask, because I heard Shakil good laughs. Shakil's good laughs. Shakil, what do you feel like saying, that whatever you learned while driving till you are settled over here? So what comes in your mind, Shakil, about today's learning? You can hear me, right, Shakil?
Yeah, I can hear you. I mean, today's
feel?
session, it's getting more clear and clear than the previous sessions. It was the first two sessions were a little vague to me, but since at the end of the today's lecture, it's pretty clear, and now it's like the system is like, when you start drawing something and there's some just lines and everything, but now you start drawing a picture now. So it's pretty getting a lot clearer than before.
All right. Thank you so much for adding this up, Shakil. So yes, Shakil, who would you tag to between Komal and Archana?
Let's say Komal, that name is easy to call.
Yes,
So
even Archana is. So Komal, yes. What do you feel like saying about today's session? It was your first day. Komal, over to you.
You're on
Komal.
mute, Komal. Yeah.
So Komal, you have to say, yeah, I think Komal is on mute. No,
No,
she's
no,
on.
no. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can. Yeah, go ahead. What do you feel like saying
Yeah.
about today's
Yes, yes.
session?
Yeah, so like today is my like I attending today first time, but like it's pretty good for me and I can understand like about Scrum, Agile benefits. So it's good for me. And once I watch the last three sessions video, then maybe I will be more clear.
Yeah, thank you so much for saying so. We are happy. We are glad that you found it helpful and easy to understand. So, whom
Mhm.
you are going to tag next?
Archana?
Archana. Yes, Archana. What do you feel like
Hi,
saying?
thank you for the session. And so I would say it is getting interesting with all the new terms and all the new words. Like I'm trying, I'm able to connect the dots, like who's what is what and all that. So yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Archana, for sharing. Are you going to tag Prerna now for
Uh,
closing?
th- yeah,
Call out, call out her name then.
yeah, Prerna.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you.
nice.
Thank you so much. So, yes, overall, today's session was very important because we learned about manifesto and principles, and your interaction and intervention is very nice. I'm happy with Komal's feedback that being the first session, she was still able to understand. So, overall, very glad and very important and critical session. So, thank you so much once again from my side for being such a delightful and interesting audience and participants. Over to you, Gaurav. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prerna. So, yeah, everyone, thank you so much. Remember, in parallel, every single day, because you have been here for one purpose to get placed. Don't forget to miss Tuesday and Thursday repeated RRP session conducted by the FG, where your profile will be optimized, your resume will be built, and your that is why it is called reference ready resume preparation, a full form of RRP session. And more visible you are there, more marketable you will become, and that's the reason you're requested to attend that parallel session every Tuesday and Thursday. Timings are sent to you in your group. Pay attention over there. And apart from this, because between Tuesday and Sunday there is a bigger gap, okay, to bridge the gap, you are asked and requested to remain connected. How would you remain connected? By practicing two things. Okay, one, you draw what you learn. Second, send us back your 1 minute or 2 minutes of your learning summary, okay, in a very simplified manner, so that even 5-year-old can understand. When you simplify that and we find that your confidence are boosting, there would be a chance then even your those summary will go on air, so that even recruiters may have eye and they can gain confidence on your knowledge, so that they may tempt to pick you up to work with them in their organization. Okay, so those are the very important thing. If you are missing it every single day, you are missing an opportunity to get placed. Okay, so work on it. This is again repeated a request to you. If you are not following, take it very seriously. If you need any demo such kind of videos, ask me, I'll provide that. Okay, or what I'll do today, from previous batch, I'll post some of the videos. I think that will be helpful. Will that be helpful to all of you?
yes, there will be.
Okay,
Yes.
super awesome. So I would do that, and then this batch will go in the continuation. Thank you so much for your awesome participation. We'll be talking to you once again on coming Tuesday. till then, remain connected and do your self-research and your drawing and your summary. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night. Take care. Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Bye.